May I have your attention, please? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the Eco Expo Asia 2024. Following the opening ceremony, the government section of Eco Asia Conference will take place. To mark the 75th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China, the Environment and Ecology Bureau and the Environmental Protection Department, in collaboration with the Center for Environmental Education and Communications of Ministry of Ecology and Environment, has produced a documentary series, Enchanting China, which helps us to understand the country's progress of the ecological civilization development in building a beautiful China. Another documentary series, Beautiful Hong Kong, shows the progressive environmental improvements in Hong Kong since the return to the motherland. Now, let us take a moment to watch the trailers of Enchanting China together with picturesque bays of Hong Kong.
香港，世界聞名嘅東方之珠，享譽全球嘅金融中心，依海而生，向海而興。同全國相比，香港海域面積唔大，但係海洋物種極其豐富。保留大片土地作為郊野公園同特別地區，海岸線曲折漫長，
如果我哋用心去發掘、去探索咧，香港海咧其實會有好多驚喜俾到你。
維港依條賽道都係平時都係交通運輸比較多啦。就算喺咁嘅環境底下，依然都可以保持到咁樣嘅水質，係相當之了不起。維港好特別之處就係周圍都係高樓大廈啦，尤其是遊到終點尖沙咀海旁嘅時候，就會有好多觀眾為我哋打氣啊咁樣，所以相當特別。
城門河同吐露港係香港體育學院賽艇隊每日嘅集訓地。
咁由我哋沙田城門河劃出去嘅時候啦，近大埔嗰邊咧，你會見到咧有好多啲小白鷺，有啲小白鷺咧就會跟住我哋一齊去行嗰條我哋劃嘅路線啦。
由沙田城門河出發，途經吐露港，到大美督水壩作結，碧海藍天係遊客同附近居民單車一日遊嘅好去處。位於香港東部嘅大鵬灣同牛尾海水域，得天獨厚，係本港自然生態最豐富多樣嘅海域。政府推行人工魚礁計劃，增加漁業資源，促進生物多樣性。
大部分人對香港嘅認知全部都係高樓大廈啦。咁好似我以前有啲同學喺外國過嚟探我嘅時候，第一次嚟到呢啲海域嘅時候，或者啲山度嘅時候，佢哋就會覺得哇，同外國嗰啲比都係差唔多咁靚，或者再靚啲喎，有啲地方。
漫遊麥理浩徑，漫移地質步道，沿途穿梭世界地質公園，飽覽海洋同火山打造嘅地質奇觀，各類自然教育、野外研習、自然導賞開展，學會欣賞，自然更懂得珍惜。海就好似香港嘅縮影。
On this special occasion of the opening ceremony of Eco Expo Asia, we encourage everyone to treasure the natural beauty of Hong Kong and work together to enhance our natural environment. Without further ado, may I now invite Ms. Margaret Fong, Executive Director of the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, to come on stage and give her welcome remarks. Ms. Fong, please.
Secretary Sun, the Honorable Chair Chin-Hua, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening ceremony of Eco Expo Asia. The fair is jointly organized by the Hong Kong Trade Development Council and Messe Frankfurt Hong Kong Limited, with the Environment and Ecology Bureau of the Hong Kong SAR government as the co-organizer. Under the theme of fostering green innovations for carbon neutrality, Eco Expo Asia once again gathers leading players from the eco sector to help create a more sustainable future, and with a special focus on Asia. This year, we welcome over 300 exhibitors from 11 countries and regions, showcasing green products, equipment, and state-of-the-art technology. The fair will highlight several key areas, including green energy and green transportation, waste management and circular economy, and ESG-related services. On top of that, the Startup Zone, nurturing new talents, brings along emerging entrepreneurs together with local universities and startups from the Hong Kong Science and Technology Parks Corporation to showcase innovative eco-solutions for all sectors, with the aim of infusing fresh energy and fostering business collaborations. A highlight of the Expo, the Eco Asia Conference, will address the latest industry trends and developments. This morning, key officials from mainland China and countries along the Belt and Road will share their insights into the latest policies and practices in the region. A dedicated session this afternoon will focus on new energy to highlight what is possible in the pursuit of a greener and more resilient energy future. Additionally, sessions on green innovations in built environment and circular economy will shed light on how different sectors can work towards carbon neutrality. Running concurrently with the fair is the 5th Hydrogen Economy Forum, which will discuss successes, challenges, and technological advancement for promoting a wider adoption of hydrogen in Hong Kong. On the final day, the expo will open to the public who can participate in workshops and forums on sustainable living and enjoy shopping at the Green Mart. In closing, I would like to thank our partners and supporting organizations for making this event a success. I wish you all a fruitful experience at Eco Expo Asia. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fong. Please be seated. May I now invite our guest of honor, the Honorable Mr.謝展寰, BBS JP, Secretary for Environment and Ecology of the Government of Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, to come on stage and deliver the opening remarks. Mr.謝, please.
Secretary Sun, Margaret, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And I will say a few words in 普通話 first. 各位嘉賓，早上好。我代表香港特別行政區政府，歡迎各位出席第19屆國際環保博覽開幕禮，並特別感謝中央政府及各省市、東盟以及"一帶一路"國家政府代表莅臨參加並大力支持這年度這個環保盛事。我很高興可以藉此機會，讓來自不同地方的政府、商界以及業界的人士共聚一堂，一同推動綠色創科，努力實現這個零碳的未來。This is my heartfelt welcome to all of you joining us at the opening of the 19th Eco Expo Asia. This is a golden opportunity for us to discuss and advance our shared commitments to a sustainable future. This year, we are honored to have about 190 officials from about 40 official delegations from various provinces and cities in mainland China, ASEAN, and Belt and Road countries joining this signature annual environmental trade event in Asia. When people are talking about Hong Kong, what comes out in our mind usually is high-rise buildings and very congested streets and roads. But actually, well, we have a lot of well-protected countryside in Hong Kong. And if you don't know, I tell you that, well, we are very rich in biodiversity. And the number of coral species in our sea is more than the entire Caribbean Sea. Well, surprised? Therefore, well, we have produced 2 documentaries, well, The Beautiful Hong Kong and also Enchanting China, so that to bring the very beautiful scenes of our motherland and also Hong Kong to the world. And what you have just seen was only an extra. And therefore, I encourage all of you to enjoy the full version, which will be screened on our booth at this expo, which will tell you more about our efforts and achievements in pollution prevention, ecological protection, and nature conservation. And this year, The theme of the Eco Expo is fostering green innovations for carbon neutrality. Our country places a lot of importance on our climate change, and therefore we have set targets to achieve carbon peak before 2030, and also strive to achieve carbon neutrality before 2060. As to Hong Kong, our carbon emissions will peak in 2014. And compared to the peak, the carbon emissions today has reduced by about a quarter already. And actually, our carbon emission per capita is only about 1/4 of that of the United States and about 60% of the European Union. And therefore, we have set an interim target to cut our carbon emissions by half before 2035 and achieve carbon neutrality before 2050. And we have been striving to achieve these targets through implementing our Climate Action Plan 2050 in Hong Kong, which covers 4 major decarbonization strategies. Namely, we are going to achieve a net zero electricity generation. We are going to promote green buildings and also energy efficiency. We are going to promote green transport, as well as we have to manage our waste reduction. In terms of green transport, I can tell you that now, out of 10 newly registered vehicles in Hong Kong, 7 are electric. And therefore, I think we are moving ahead in a quite reasonable speed. And looking ahead, we will continue to harness the transformative power of innovation and technology to accelerate the growth of green and low-carbon transformation through supporting the development of green industry, promoting development of new energy, and more importantly, facilitating green research and development projects with application potentials to transform into commercially viable products through various measures. On green tech, we are supporting relevant research and development through various initiatives and funding schemes, including the Innovation and Technology Fund, Green Tech Fund, New Energy Transport Fund, etc. And over $80 million has been approved for these funds for a few hundred research and development and pilot projects in net zero electricity generation, energy saving, green buildings, green transport, and more. Turning to new energy, our chief executive has announced in his policy address earlier this month, the Hong Kong SAR government is committed to further promote the development of new energy, including setting targets for sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, and developing SAF and green maritime fuel supply chains, and promoting green and low-carbon energy, such as hydrogen. Hydrogen is regarded as a low-carbon energy with development potential in the course of energy transition. To prepare for possible wider application of hydrogen energy, the Hong Kong SAR government published the strategy of hydrogen development in Hong Kong in June this year. The strategy sets out 4 major strategies for improving legislations, establishing standards, aligning with the market, and advancing with prudency to create an environment conducive to the development of hydrogen energy in Hong Kong in a prudent and orderly manner, so that we would be able to capitalize on the environmental and economic opportunities brought about by the recent developments of hydrogen energy in different parts of the world. While the limitation of land has made it difficult for the development of a major manufacturing base for green energy, as well as green technologies in Hong Kong, we are determined to leverage our position as a super connector and a super value actor to serve as a platform for green and low-carbon technologies to facilitate their application in other parts of the world. For instance, we have supported the development of Hong Kong's first green hydrogen production demonstration project at landfill, which is scheduled for commencement next year. And we are also facilitating the industry to establish a solar to hydrogen facility in Hong Kong very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, decarbonization cannot wait. Different regions around the world suffer the devastating consequence of extreme weather events. Heat waves, severe drought, extreme rainfall, and extreme storms have attacked every corner of our planet. But this year, Hong Kong experienced the hottest ever Mid-Autumn Festival in Hong Kong. And this event reminds us that climate change is indeed a current-day reality. The world must take urgent actions to combat climate change together. Decarbonization implies transformational change. Green innovation solutions are of paramount importance in our decarbonization journey. During the Eco Expo, we will see latest innovation and technologies and products around the world in new energy, climate adaptation, and other areas. Last but not least, I thank you again for coming today. Together, we can drive global sustainability. And I hope you will find the Expo and the 3-day Eco Expo Asia Conference inspiring. For friends who come from abroad and go across the boundary, I wish you all an enjoyable stay in Hong Kong and spend more money. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Se. Please be seated. Today, we are very honored to have Mr. Xuan Jinlong, Secretary of the leading party members group of Vice Minister of the Ministry of Ecology and Environment of the People's Republic of China, to be our keynote speaker. 今天我们非常荣幸能邀请中华人民共和国生态环境部党主书记、副部长孙金龙先生出席，为我们做主题演讲。现在有请孙金龙书记。
尊敬的方春文总裁、谢展寰局长、女士们、先生们，大家上午好！非常高兴来到美丽的东方之珠香港，与各位来宾和朋友共同参加香港第19届国际环保博览。本次博览会以推动绿色科创、实现双碳目标为主题，充分展现了中国香港特区政府加强生态环境保护、推动绿色低碳发展的决心和行动。首先，我谨代表中国生态环境部对博览会的召开表示热烈祝贺。向大家长期以来对中国生态环境保护事业的关心和支持表示衷心的感谢。中国政府始终高度重视生态文明建设和生态环境保护工作。习近平主席指出，生态文明是人类文明发展的必然趋势，强调要以美丽中国建设全面推进人与自然和谐共生的现代化。今年7月召开的中共20届3中全会，擘画了进一步全面深化改革、推进中国式现代化的宏伟蓝图，提出要聚焦建设美丽中国，深化生态文明体制改革。新时代以来，在习近平生态文明思想科学指引下，中国坚持把生态文明建设作为关系中华民族永续发展的根本大计，坚定不移走生态优先、绿色低碳的高质量发展道路，协同推进降碳、减污、扩绿增长，美丽中国建设迈出重大步伐。一是生态环境质量明显改善，我们把良好生态环境作为最普惠的民生福祉，持续深入打好蓝天、碧水、净土保卫战。与10年前相比，全国重点城市的细颗粒物，也就 PM2.5 的浓度累计下降了54%，地表水 优良水体比例提高到89.4%，森林覆盖率达到24.02%，创造了在经济快速发展的同时，有效保护生态环境的成功实践。二是绿色低碳转型加快推进。我们着力推动经济社会发展绿色化、低碳化，建成全球规模最大的碳排放权交易市场，清洁电力供应体系和新能源产业链，水电、光伏、风电装机容量均稳居世界第一。10年来，中国以年均3%的能源消费增速，支撑了年均超过6%的经济增长，碳排放强度累计下降超过35%，高质量发展的绿色底色更加鲜明。3是生态环境治理水平持续提升。我们全面推进生态文明体制改革，打好法治、政策、市场、科技组合拳，建立实施中央生态环境保护督察等一系列重大制度和改革举措，全方位构建现代环境治理体系，切实用最严格制度、最严密法治保护生态环境。绿水青山就是金山银山的理念更加深入人心。4是全球环境治理贡献更加彰显。我们秉持人类命运共同体理念，做出碳达峰、碳中和的庄严承诺，推动达成具有里程碑意义的昆明蒙特利尔全球生物多样性框架，高质量共建绿色“一带一路”，成为全球环境与气候治理的重要参与者、贡献者和引领者。女士们、先生们、朋友们，绿色发展是生态文明建设的必然要求，代表了当今科技和产业变革方向，是最有前途的发展领域。近年来，香港积极融入国家发展大局，大力推动绿色低碳发展，持续实施净零发电、节能绿建、绿色运输和全民减废4大策略，计划在2035年实现都市固体废物零堆填，2050年前实现碳中和。同时，香港积极参与粤港澳大湾区、一带一路建设等国家重大战略，深化与内地的生态环境交流合作，取得了丰硕成果和明显成效。2023年7月，习近平主席在全国生态环境保护大会上，对粤港澳大湾区提出打造绿色发展高地、建设美丽中国先行区的殷切期望，为新时代新征程加强区域绿色发展协作、共建国际一流美丽湾区指明了前进方向，也必将为香港绿色低碳发展提供新机遇，注入新动能。借此机会呢，我愿分享3点建议。第一，坚持改革创新，积极分享生态文明建设经验成果。香港经济开放灵活，发展的外向度高，是连接中国内地与国际市场的重要窗口和桥梁。希望香港继续以深化改革激发创新活力，在推动绿色低碳转型、加强生态环境治理等方面先行先试， 积极分享成功经验，提供更多有益借鉴。中国生态环境部将一如既往给予大力支持，着力推动生态环境政策规则衔接和合作机制对接，助力香港生态环境保护和可持续发展不断取得新成效。第二，坚持共建共治，加快建设国际一流美丽湾区。粤港澳三地水陆相连，人文相亲，经济相融，生态环境一体相关。希望香港深入参与美丽湾区建设，推动落实粤港澳大湾区生态环境保护规划，加强区域大气、水、海洋等环境治理合作，积极探索无废湾区固体废物区域协同示范模式，共同把大湾区打造成为美丽中国先行区，向世界展示美丽中国建设成就的重要窗口。第三，坚持开放合作，携手共建绿色“一带一路”。在习近平主席亲自倡导下，中国生态环境部与中外合作伙伴共同发起了“一带一路”绿色发展国际联盟，欢迎香港各界同仁和亚洲各有关国家、地区机构积极参与绿色“一带一路”建设。同时，我们也期待与香港加强国际公约、履约合作，共同推进应对气候变化、生物多样性保护等全球环境治理进程。女士们、先生们、朋友们，自2006年香港国际环保博览首次举办以来，影响力不断扩大，已成为促进生态环境保护、节能减排和应对气候变化合作对接的重要国际平台。希望与会嘉宾充分借助这一平台，分享经验，加强交流，深化合作，为推动绿色低碳转型、促进可持续发展贡献更多智慧和力量。最后，预祝本次博览会取得圆满成功。谢谢。
谢谢孙金荣书记，请到台下就座。Now, in appreciation of the support from the Expo's member of Task Force Organization and officials from the mainland and Belt and Road regions, may I invite the representatives to come on stage, please. 为感谢顾问团、内地各省市以及“一带一路”地区的鼎力支持，现在有请以下代表上台：李成峰会长 ，Deputy Secretary General, China Association of Environmental Protection Industry； 麦建波会长 ，President, Guangdong Association of Environmental Protection Industry； Ms. Lenny Kwok, Assistant General Manager and Head of Sustainability Senior Group; Mr. Colin Tam, Chairman, the Hong Kong Association of Energy Services Companies; Engineer Mr. Harry Lai, BBS Executive Director, Hong Kong Green Building Council; Mr. Lufa Wong, President Emeritus, the Professional Validation Council of Hong Kong Industries; Mr. Simon Ng, Chief Executive Officer, Business and Development Council; Engineer Professor Daniel Zhang, BBS MHJP, President, Hong Kong Environmental Industry Association; Ms. Linda Ho, Chief Executive Officer, Green Council Limited; Mr. Kenneth Yun, Chairman, the Hong Kong Institute of Surveyors; Mr. Harold Lee, Associate Director, Green Tech Strategic Development, Hong Kong Science and Technology Parks Cooperation; Dr. Keith Choi, Head of Green Living Tech Unit, Hong Kong Productivity Council; Huang Jianping 会长 Chairman of Guangdong Lead Cleaner Production Association; Zhou Li 会长 Chairman of Guangdong Association of Circular Economy and Resources Comprehensive Utilization; Zhao Yong 理事长 Chairwoman of Guangdong Energy Conservation Association. May I also invite 袁孝贤世纪调研员 4th Level Researcher, Bureau of Industry and Information Technology of 中关; 庞洪副主任 Deputy Director of Monitoring Center 中山 Ecological Environment Bureau 舒远波处长 Director 福建 Provincial Department of Ecology and Environment 罗祥东副组长 Deputy Director 肇庆 Municipal Ecology and Environmental Bureau 胡以峰组长 Director 东莞 Municipal Ecology and Environment Bureau 罗晓波组长 Director 珠海 Municipal Ecology and Environment Bureau 康林2级巡视员 Second Level Inspector Department of Ecology and Environment of Sichuan Province Mr. Fong Qinhua JP Deputy Director Environmental Protection Department HKSARG Mr. Shamsher Bahamuna Group CEO of Malaysian Green Technology and Climate Change Cooperation 王宝生局党主书记组长 Party Secretary Director 广州 Municipal Ecological Environment Bureau 吴启洲副组长 Deputy Director General Shanghai Municipal Bureau of Ecology and Environment 沈巍伟党组成员总工程师 Chief Engineer Department of Ecology and Environment of Hainan Province 翟小飞处长 Director Beijing Municipal Ecology and Environment Bureau 张礼恒处长 Director Division and Atmospheric Environment Department of Ecology and Environment of Guangxi Autonomous Region 王成超2级调研员 Level 2 Division Rank Office Department of Ecological Environment of Yunnan Province Ms. Lucille Merks Deputy Consul General Consulate General of the Kingdom of the Netherlands 王家琪副厅长 Deputy Director General 贵州 Provincial Department of Ecology and Environment 香妍党组成员副厅长 Deputy Director General Ecology and Environment Department of Hunan Province 严世宗党委书记主任 Secretary of the Party Committee and Director Center for Environmental Education and Communications of Ministry and Ecology and Environment 艾学峰党组书记主任省代湾区办主任 Director General of the Guangdong Provincial Development and Reform Commission and Director General of the Guangdong Provincial Office of the Leading Group for the Development of the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area 刘峰副主任 Deputy Director of the General Office, Ministry of Ecology and Environment of the People's Republic of China Dr. Samuel Choi, JP, Director of Environmental Protection, HKSARG 张学峰党主书记 Secretary of Party Leadership Group, Shenzhen Municipal Ecology and Environment Bureau 徐晓霞厅长 Director General, Department of Ecology and Environment of Guangdong Province Ms. Wang Shokhan Zian, JP, Secretary for Environment and Ecology, HKSARG 周国梅副主任 Director of Hong Kong and Macau Affairs, Office of the Ministry and Ecology and Environment 唐伟文组长 Director and Environmental Protection Bureau, Macau SAR Government 崔丹丹秘书长 Secretary General, BRI International Green Development Coalition 涂高坤厅长 Director General, Department of Industry and Information Technology of Guangdong Province 宇正坤厅党主书记Secretary of the Party Leadership Group, Department of Ecology and Environment of Jiangxi Province 季风副厅长 Deputy Director, Department of Ecology and Environment of Anhai Province Mr. Timo Catano, Consul General of Finland Ms. Fatima Lai, Trade Commissioner, Consulate General of Canada Now, may I now invite the following officiating guests to come on stage, please. 现在有请以下主礼嘉宾上台 The Hon Lau Kwok Fan, MHJP, Chairman of the Panel on Environmental Affairs of the Legislative Council 叶水球副部长 Deputy Director General, Department of Educational, Scientific and Technological Affairs of the Licensed Office of the Central People's Government in the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region Dr. Lam Ok Khao, Deputy Director General, Vietnam Institute of Meteorology, Hydrology and Climate Change, Vietnam Ms. Haja Matina Binti Haji Tami, Director, Department of Environment, Parks and Recreation, Ministry of Development, Brunei. Mr. La Martin, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Conservation, Myanmar. Mr. Saleh Bindanki, General Manager, Corporate Communications and Media, Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture, Saudi Arabia. Xuan Shouliang Shizhang, Director of the Department of General Affairs, Ministry of Ecology and Environment of the People's Republic of China. Yuan Yong Shizhang, Chief Engineer and Director of the Department of Institutional Administration and Human Resources Management, Ministry of Ecology and Environment of the People's Republic of China. Ms. Janice Xie JP, Permanent Secretary for the Environment and Ecology Bureau, HKSARG. His Excellency Mr. Provong Luas Saizana, Vice Minister, Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, Lao PTR. Wang Pan Shizhang, Director General, Department of Energy Conservation and Resources Comprehension, Utilization, Ministry of Industry and Information Technology of the People's Republic of China. Yuan Defu Mishuzhang, Deputy Secretary General, National Development and Reform Commission of the People's Republic of China. Last but not least, may I also invite Ms. Margaret Fong, Executive Director of the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, and Ms. Judy Chen, Deputy General Manager of Massey Frankfurt Hong Kong Limited, to accompany Mr. Xuan Jinlong, Secretary of the Leading Party Members Group and Vice Minister, Ministry of Ecology and Environment of the People's Republic of China, 中华人民共和国生态环境部党主书记副部长孙金龙先生 and the Honorable Mr. Xie Qinwan, BBS JP, Secretary for Environment and Ecology of the Government of Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, to come on stage, please. To officially open the Eco Expo Asia, may I now invite our guests of honor organizers together with our officiating guests to spin the windmills with the count of 3. 为揭开国际环保博览的序幕，现在将进行简单与隆重的仪式，有请主礼嘉宾一同转动台上的风车。Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm sure the media would like to capture this special moment. First, let's have the media on the platform at the back to take pictures. With guests at the front, please lower your cameras. 相信大家会想捕捉这个特别的时刻，让我们先请后面的媒体朋友拍照，前排的嘉宾请小等一下。Please give a big smile. Then, it is the turn of the guests at the front. 现在前排的观众可以举起你们的相机拍照。It is indeed a happy moment to capture. A big smile, please, everyone. 请大家保持面上的微笑。Please hold on a second of your smile. Again, a big smile, please, again, everyone. Have everyone captured this incredible moment? A few more shots. A few more shots for our guests. Okay, thank you very much. We wish everyone good business at the fairs. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the opening ceremony of the Eco Expo Asia. Would all guests please be seated? 国际环保博览及亚洲环保会议2024开幕典礼已圆满结束，请大家到台下就坐。 Would we ask our guests in the first row to take your seats? 首先有请前排的嘉宾先到台下就坐。For those in the second row, please follow our staff to your designated seats. Now let's invite the guests from the third and fourth row to do the same. 然后有请第三、第四排的嘉宾。Thank you, everyone. 谢谢大家。This year, the theme of the fair and conference is fostering green innovations for carbon neutrality. In the upcoming government section, officials from various regions will present the latest environmental policies shaping their areas. To kick off, we are pleased to welcome officials from mainland China. They will share their insights on the most recent environmental initiatives and policies. May we now invite Mr. Yun Zha, Deputy Secretary General, National Development and Reform Commission of the People's Republic of China, to come on stage and deliver his speech. 接下来有请中华人民共和国国家发展和改革委员会副秘书长袁德先生上台演讲。
尊敬的方勋文总裁、谢展寰局长，尊敬的孙金荣书记，各位来宾、女士们、先生们，大家上午好。受国家发展改革委主任郑三杰先生委托，很高兴参加香港第19届国际环保博览。我谨代表郑三杰主任对本次博览的举办表示热烈的祝贺，并向长期以来关心支持国家发展改革事业的香港各界人士和在座的各位嘉宾朋友们表示衷心的感谢。今年以来，在以习近平同志为核心的党中央坚强领导下，面对错综复杂的国内外环境，我们顶住压力，克服困难，系统施策，加大宏观调控力度，着力深化改革开放，扩大国内需求，优化经济结构，特别是针对经济运行中的新情况、新问题，及时推出一揽子的增量政策。前3季度，中国经济运行总体平稳，稳中有进，新质生产力稳步发展，高质量发展扎实推进，发展向好的态势更加巩固。宏观政策持续发力，有效落实存量政策，持续打出财政、金融等政策组合拳，加力推出一揽子增量政策，加强政策的统筹协调，推动经济持续回稳向好。前3季度国内生产总值超过94万亿元，同比增长 4.8%，创新发展能力持续提升。前3季度全国发明专利授权量73.4万件，同比增长18.3%，技术合同成交额4.49万亿元，增长17.8%。高技术制造业、装备制造业增加值分别增长9.1%和7.5%，高于规模以上工业增加值增速3.3个和1.7个百分点。城乡区域协调发展扎实推进，区域协调发展战略和区域重大战略深入实施，新型城镇化建设和乡村全面振兴加快推进，城乡居民收入差距持续缩小。绿色低碳转型成效显著。今年7月，党中央、国务院印发了关于加快经济社会发展全面绿色转型的意见，对绿色转型作出了总体部署，持续深入打好污染防治的攻坚战，生态环境质量稳中向好，扎实推进碳达峰10大行动，风电、光伏装机合计超过12亿千瓦，已经提前6年完成中国在气候雄心峰会上的承诺目标，建成全球最大、最完整的新能源产业链，提供了全球70%的光伏组件和60%的风电装备。新能源汽车的产销量占全球比重超过60%，深入推进大规模的设备更新和消费品以旧换新，以节能降碳、环保、安全、循环利用等标准为牵引，有力拉动投资增长，释放消费潜力。绿色低碳产品加快推广，回收循环利用水平持续提升。前3季度，全国设备工器具购置投资同比增长了16.4%，工业的技术改造投资同比增长了10.5%。9月份，新能源汽车的零售量同比增长了51%，家用电器和音像器材类的销售额增长了20.5%。改革开放进一步深化。中国共产党第20届3中全会对进一步全面深化改革做出了系统部署。目前各项改革举措正在陆续推出。高水平对外开放持续推进。前3季度全国货物进出口总额增长5.3%，新设的外商投资企业数4.2万家，增长11.4%。高质量共建“一带一路”扎实推进。民生保障有力有效，督促并举推动稳就业、促增收。前3季度，城镇新增就业1049万人，同比多增加了27万人。科学有效应对洪水、台风等自然灾害，救灾资金和物资及时拨付，受灾群众的基本生活需求得到了有效保障。女士们、先生们、朋友们，习近平主席强调，绿色发展是高质量发展的底色，新质生产力本身就是绿色生产力。下一步，国家发展改革委将认真贯彻落实党中央、国务院的决策部署，以碳达峰、碳中和工作为引领，积极应对气候变化，协同推进降碳、减污、扩绿、增长，加快建设人与自然和谐共生的现代化。重点的抓好以下几项工作：一是加快发展方式的绿色转型，抓好经济社会发展全面绿色转型重点任务的落实，完善财税、金融、投资、价格政策，进一步健全市场化机制，更大力度发展绿色低碳产业，完善两新支持政策，持续加力支持大规模设备更新和消费品以旧换新。二是积极稳妥推进碳达峰、碳中和，加快构建碳排放双控制度体系，完善碳排放统计核算体系，健全碳达峰、碳中和标准计量体系， 为“十五”全面实施碳排放双控制度打好基础，深入推进国家碳达峰试点建设，鼓励试点城市和园区探索发展新模式、新路径。三是大力推动建设新型能源体系，加快大型风电、光伏等清洁能源基地的建设，严格合理控制化石能源的消费，加强煤炭的绿色开采和清洁高效利用，推动存量的煤电机组低碳化改造，强化能源需求侧管理，大力推进重点领域的节能降碳行动，有力有效管控高耗能、高排放项目。四是强化生态环境保护治理，深入打好蓝天碧水净土保卫战，科学开展大规模的国土绿化行动，健全生态产品价值实现机制，巩固提升生态系统碳汇能力，提高京津冀、长三角、粤港澳大湾区、长江经济带、黄河流域等生态环境的保护水平，打造绿色发展高地。五是深化绿色低碳的国际合作，加强节能环保、循环经济、清洁能源、生物多样性保护等领域多双边国际交流合作，推进共建绿色“一带一路”，为全球可持续发展贡献中国智慧和中国方案。从实际出发，更新国家自主贡献目标，积极参与国际气候变化谈判磋商。女士们、先生们、朋友们，习近平主席高度重视粤港澳大湾区建设，十分关心香港发展。去年在广东考察时指出，要使粤港澳大湾区成为新发展格局的战略支点、高质量发展的示范地、中国式现代化的引领地。党的20届三中全会提出，要发挥“一国两制”的制度优势，巩固提升香港国际金融、航运、贸易中心地位，支持香港打造国际高端人才集聚高地，健全香港在国家对外开放中更好发挥作用机制。国家发展改革委将认真贯彻执行国家重大战略和部署要求，加快推进粤港澳大湾区建设，以更加有力的开放和改革举措，统筹推进粤港深度合作，支持香港进一步发挥双向开放功能平台、科技创新和绿色发展、多元文化交融等方面优势，更好融入国家发展大局，推动香港保持长期繁荣稳定。同时呢，继续支持香港办好国际环保博览等重大活动，为内地、港澳台及有关国家和地区的政府、企业、机构、专家等提供共享绿色转型经验、共商绿色低碳之路的重要平台，促进各方深入开展务实合作，深度参与全球气候治理，推动构建人类命运共同体。最后，祝本届博览取得圆满成功，谢谢大家。
谢谢原副秘书长，请到台下就座。May we now invite Mr. Wang Pang, Director General, Department of Energy, Conservation and Resources Comprehensive Utilization, Ministry of Industry and Information Technology of the People's Republic of China, to come on stage and deliver his remarks. 接下来有请中华人民共和国工业和信息化部节能与综合利用司司长王鹏先生上台演讲。
尊敬的孙金龙书记，尊敬的谢局长、方总裁。各位朋友，大家上午好！很高兴参加2024香港国际环保博览会。首先，受金壮龙部长的委托，对博览会的召开表示热烈的祝贺，并借此机会对长期以来关心和支持中国工业和信息化、绿色低碳发展的国内外朋友们表示衷心的感谢。生态环境是人类生存和发展的根基。保持良好生态环境是各国人民的共同心愿。中国政府高度重视生态文明建设，坚持把生态文明建设作为关系中华民族永续发展的根本大计。习近平主席指出，要加快推动发展方式绿色低碳转型，加快形成绿色生产方式和生活方式。 本次博览会以推动绿色创新、实现双碳目标为主题，彰显了特区政府推动绿色低碳转型发展的决心，有助于粤港澳大湾区城市实现减污降碳协同增效，共同推进美丽大湾区的建设。工业是能源资源消费的重要领域，也是碳排放的主战场。进入“15+5”时期，中国将建立能耗双控，向碳排放双控全面转型的新机制，节能减排降碳的任务更加急迫。同时，动力电池、光伏、风电机组及叶片等新兴的固废迎来退役的高峰期，急需推动资源的高效循环利用。环境约束的进一步加强，对环保装备、环保产业高质量发展提出了新的要求。可以预见，未来在能源资源转型、节能节水降碳、环保装备发展、固废资源利用、数绿协同融合等领域，将会涌现出一大批的新技术、新装备、新产品，成为经济社会发展的新增长点。近年来，工业和信息化部坚定不移贯彻新发展理念，加快推进新型工业化，把绿色发展理念贯穿工业生产的全过程、全链条、全领域。在各方的共同努力下，工业绿色低碳发展取得积极的进展。截止目前，我们累计在国家层面创建绿色工厂5095家，绿色工业园区371家，培育了重点行业的能效、水效领跑者300余家，环保装备、再生资源综合利用等领域的优质企业1400余家。下一步，我们将牢牢把握高质量发展这一首要任务，着眼健全绿色低碳发展机制，研究制定制造业绿色低碳发展行动方案，助力经济社会发展全面绿色转型。借此机会，也向大家报告我们下一步将要开展的几项重点工作。一是积极推进工业节能降碳，统筹推进钢铁、有色、建材、石化、化工等重点行业的碳达峰，优化升级产业结构，改善工业用能结构，提高清洁能源比重，研制碳足迹重点工业产品碳足迹核算标准，推动工业产品的全生命周期碳减排。二是培育绿色发展的新动能，加强环保装备和产品的开发供给，加快推动氢能、新型储能、环保装备、绿色算力、智能微电网等绿色低碳产业的发展，推动大数据、人工智能、5G 等新兴技术与绿色低碳产业深度融合，打造竞争新优势。三是深入实施绿色制造工程，创新支持政策，健全标准体系，完善绿色评价和公共服务，打造专业化的人才队伍，加快建设更多的绿色工厂、绿色园区和绿色供应链。同时呢，前瞻未来的需求，引导企业建设零碳工厂和零碳的工业园区。四是加快推进资源的综合利用，推动大宗工业固废综合利用，聚焦废旧动力电池等新兴固废，完善法律法规的标准，规范行业发展，加快构建新型回收利用体系，为迎接退役的高峰做好准备。女士们、先生们，践行绿色发展理念，推动经济社会可持续发展，关乎每一个人，需要各方共同努力。特区政府近年来积极支持环保技术、绿色产品的研发和推广应用，取得了丰硕的成果。就在昨天，我还在学习特区政府今年刚刚发布的这个叫绿色氢能战略，很受这个启发。所以呢，这些成果不仅会有力地推动香港经济的绿色转型，也会对粤港澳大湾区及更多的城市和地区具有重要的借鉴意义。香港国际环保博览会为与会各方搭建了一个很好的交流平台，通过专业的展览、论坛、商业配对及交流活动，有效地促进了环保的合作交流。 期待今后同各方一道携手共进，加强协作，同筑生态文明之基，同走绿色发展之路，为应对全球气候变化、共建清洁美丽世界做出更加积极的贡献。最后呢，预祝本次会议取得圆满成功。谢谢大家。
谢谢王市长，请到台下就座。May we now invite His Excellency Mr. Povong Luasaizana, Vice Minister, Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, Lao PDR. His Excellency Mr. Luasaizana, please.
Dear Mr. San Qingling, Vice Minister of Ecology and Environment of the People's Republic of China. Dear Mrs. Margaret Fong, Executive Director, Hong Kong Trade Development Council. Dear Mr. Che Chin-wan, Secretary for Environment and Ecology, Hong Kong SAR Government. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor to participate in this Eco Expo Asia 2024. I would like to extend my appreciation and commendations to the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, the Messe Frankfurt HK Limited, and the Environment and Ecology Bureau of the Hong Kong SAR government for their support in co-organizing this significant event under the theme Fostering Green Innovations for Carbon Neutrality. In alignment with the Expo's focus on attaining carbon neutrality, I am pleased on behalf of the Minister of Natural Resources and Environment, the Lao People's Democratic Republic, to share our experiences and initiatives related to waste management and the circular economy in Lao PDR, with particular emphasis on the challenges posed by plastic pollution. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, today the world generates more than 2 billion metric tons of municipal solid waste annually, with at least 33% of it not managed in an environmentally safe manner. Asia, home to over 60% of the world's population, contributes significantly to this issue, producing more than 800 million metric tons of waste annually. This makes Asia the largest waste producer globally and a major source of marine plastic pollution. In Lao PDR, we are fully aware of the far-reaching impacts of plastic pollution on health, economy, and the environment. The improper disposal and burning of plastic waste contribute to air pollution, which is linked to respiratory illnesses and other health issues. Plastic waste also blocks drains in urban areas, leading to flooding and harms wildlife, including fish, which are crucial for local diets and economies. Having recognized these challenges, the government of the Lao PDR has made significant efforts to address plastic pollution. These efforts include restricting the import of certain materials and plastic waste, constructing sanitary landfills, enhancing the 3R public awareness campaign, and improving land use planning. Our commitment is reflected in national policies and development strategies, including the National Green Growth Strategy 2030. In July this year, we endorsed the National Plastic Action Plan to tackle these challenges through better waste management practices, improved resource use, and the promotion of a low-carbon society based on circular economy principles. At the regional level, as the 2024 ASEAN Chair, Lao PDR has collaborated with ASEAN member states and dialogue partners to develop the ASEAN Declaration on Plastic Circularity. This declaration, adopted during the 44th and 45th ASEAN Summits held in Vientiane, Laos PDR, emphasizes the need for full life cycle approach to addressing plastic pollution, from production to disposal, and calls for reducing the use of single-use, avoidable, and problematic plastic products to improve resource efficiency and circularity. Additionally, Laos PDR recently joined the Global Plastic Action Partnership to translate knowledge and strategies into actionable plans for managing plastic waste and pollution within our country. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, while we have made progress, we acknowledge that more remains to be done. Phasing out plastic pollution requires continuous effort, innovation, and collective action. We can achieve this by adopting more sustainable practices and cleaner technologies. Efforts can start at the individual level, such as refusing plastic straw, promoting eco-friendly local products, and expand the community to community, national, regional, and global levels. Plastic pollution is also a transboundary issue. It can travel from one community to another, from one country to another, and cross-border, and from rivers to oceans. This underscores the need for collective efforts and cross-border collaborations to drive change at scale. We believe that through regional cooperation, we can address plastic pollution, tackle environmental concerns, and mitigate climate change in our region. In conclusion, Laos PDR stands ready to contribute to Asia's journey towards sustainable development goals and carbon neutrality. We reaffirm our commitment to addressing plastic pollution and forging strong partnerships with development partners, private sector, civil society organizations, academia, and youth to create a cleaner and healthier environment for all. Last but not least, I wish you all good health, success in both your professional and personal life and the endeavors. I thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency Mr. Luosai Sana. Please be seated. May we now invite Mr. Salah Badanghi, General Manager, Corporate Communications and Media, Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture, Saudi Arabia. Mr. Badanghi, please.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I'm honored to present the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia at the opening of Eco Expo Asia 2024. I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to the organizers for choosing Saudi Arabia as the guest of honor for this edition of this conference and exhibition. I would also like to commend the organizers for their hard work in putting together this important event. This conference aims to strengthen regional and global efforts to protect our environment and foster community awarenesses about our responsibility to preserve the environment. Distinguished guests, Saudi Arabia is leading in environmental sustainability at both local and international levels through significant recent efforts by the government and society. The launch of the Middle East Green Initiative, aiming to plant 50 billion trees, is a key example of our commitment to preserving vegetation cover, adapting to climate change, and enhancing the quality of life. We have partnered with many countries and organizations to establish initiatives like the Global Coral Research and Development Accelerate Platform. Furthermore, Saudi Arabia announced the establishment of the Global Water Organization in Riyadh to enhance international action to preserving water resources. Our successful hosting of World Environment Day 2024 underscores our work to foster global environmental awarenesses and cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, at the national level, Saudi Vision 2030 prioritizes environmental conservation. The Kingdom has adopted the National Environment Strategy and established 5 specialized ecological centers. We launched the Saudi Green Initiative aiming to plant 10 billion trees to increase vegetation cover. Another initiative focuses on protecting 30% of land and marine areas and adopting the circular carbon economy approach to achieve net zero emissions by 2060. Since launching the Saudi Green Initiative in 2021, over 90,000 hectares of land have been preserved and more than 95 million trees have been planted across the Kingdom. We promote sustainable practices by adopting circular economy to minimize waste, aiming for 90% diverting rate by 2040. Additionally, we raise environmental awarenesses through initiatives empowering individuals to protect the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, Saudi Arabia will host COP16 in Riyadh this December. This global event will serve as a platform to strengthen the cooperation of 197 parties in the United Nations Convention to combat desertification and restore degraded land. We call upon all participants to engage meaningfully in COP16 to accelerate efforts in rehabilitating millions of hectares to irrigated land, combating drought, and achieving environmental targets. Finally, I would like to thank all participants, and I hope that the conference will result in recommendations and sustainable action plans that will contribute to protecting our environment and national resources. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bindaki. Please be seated. May we now invite Mr. La Mangdin, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Conservation, Myanmar. Mr. La Mangdin, please.
Excellency, Mr. Chong Jin-long, Vice Minister of the Ministry of Ecology and Environment, Government of the People's Republic of China. Excellency, Mr. Shi Chen-won, Secretary of Environment Ecology, Hong Kong Special Administration Region. Executive Director, Ms. Margaret Fong, Hong Kong Trade Development Council. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. Firstly, it is my great honor and privilege to address this opening remark on behalf of Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment Conservation, Government of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, in this auspicious movement of the 19th Eco Expo Asia 2024. I will extend my sincere thanks to Environment and Ecology Bureau of Hong Kong Special Administration Region. And also extend my sincere thanks to Hong Kong Development Trade Council for its warm welcome and kind hospitality. We all know that our world today is faced several challenges such as climate change and natural disaster, loss of biodiversity and ecosystem, and pollutions. Climate change is one of the humanity's greatest challenges, and global concerted efforts are extremely required. In this regard, we greatly appreciate the government of Hong Kong for its active promotion of green innovations for carbon neutrality through green investment, particularly in renewable energy and circular economy that promotes green infrastructure. Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, taking this opportunity, I would like to highlight Myanmar's efforts to promote green development by making necessary changes to policy and strategies. Myanmar is endowed with diverse ecosystem, still has significant natural capital intact, including forests, long coastline, biodiversity, free-flowing rivers, which provide important service to people, such as clean water, food, and shelter. Therefore, Myanmar is implementing its Myanmar Sustainable Development Plan towards 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda, along with the mainstreaming environment issues into national and sub-national development planning through National Environmental Policy Framework. Myanmar has been steadily building up a national environmental safeguard system to promote the green investment since 2012. To pursue the vision of the clean environment with a healthy and functioning ecosystem that ensure inclusive development and well-being for all people in Myanmar. Myanmar adopts the 23 environmental policy principle as the guiding framework of environmental policy in order to achieve sustainable economy, social development, and mainstreaming of environmental protection and management. Furthermore, Myanmar is implementing the Myanmar Climate Change Policy Strategy and Master Plan 2018-2030, which was launched in 2019 to create a climate-resilient, low-carbon country that is sustainable, prosperous, and inclusive for the well-being of present and future generations. For the sustainable waste management and development of a conducive policy integrated with reduce, recycle, and reuse concept. The National Waste Management Strategy and Master Plan 2018-2030 is being implemented. The National Plastic Action Plan is being developed in line with the ASEAN Regional Action Plan to reduce the marine plastic debris using land-to-sea approach. Myanmar Nationally Determined Contribution, Myanmar NDC report focusing on adaptation and mitigation in line with the goals of Paris Agreement was submitted to the UNFCCC in 2021. For your information, a total emission reduction contribution of Myanmar as part of NDC are 244 million ton carbon equivalents and conditionally by 2030. Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to make balance between development and environment, the Green Economy Policy Framework 2024-2030 of Myanmar is being formulated to enhance a responsible investment in the low-carbon and green economy development that prioritize efficient use of natural resources in light of the sustainability, efficiency, inclusivity, and resiliency. Regarding the reduction of fossil fuel uses and low carbon emission, National Electric Vehicle Development Policy has also been enacted ensuring import, manufacture, and use of electric vehicles process following the systematic procedure and guidelines of the policy. Myanmar is also cooperating with the international and regional countries through Rio Declaration on Environment Development, United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, and United Nations Framework for Climate Change Conventions, Paris Agreement, Montreal Protocol, Basel, and Stockholm Conventions. To achieve 2015 Paris Agreement related national targets, Myanmar has been trying to develop the energy sector by increasing electricity production from solar, wind, and hydro-based renewable energy, according to the targets of carbon emission reduction stated in Myanmar NDC report. Additionally, Myanmar is also implementing nature-based solutions such as establishment of permanent forest estate, nature conservation area with the aims of zero deforestation to achieve the 2030 carbon emission reduction targets. In order to implement the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, Myanmar also joined the Belt and Road Initiative, International Green Development Coalitions. Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, green innovation holds a tremendous potential in reducing carbon emissions and creating a sustainable future for our future generation. I'm sure that this Eco Expo Asia 2024 provides a quality platform for green growth by showcasing the latest green and decarbonization technology and products. I strongly believe that leveraging advancement in technology, implementation supportive policies, raising public awareness, and addressing barriers can overcome challenges and drive the widespread adoption of green innovations on a global scale. The collective efforts of public-private partnerships are crucial in shaping a greener and more sustainable future for future generations to come. In conclusion, I firmly believe that the result of Eco Expo Asia 2024 will not only contribute to the national and regional green development, but also to achieve sustainable development goals. I would like to conclude by saying that Myanmar always welcomes cooperation with the international and regional organizations to increase investment that promote green innovations to achieve carbon neutrality. I wish this event a great success. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Lamati. Please be seated. May we now invite Ms. Haja Martina Binti Haji Tami, Director, Department of Environment, Parks and Recreation, Ministry of Development, Brunei. Ms. Haja Tami, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to all. Mr. Sun Jinlong, Secretary of the Leading Party Members Group and Vice Minister of the Ministry of Ecology and Environment of the People's Republic of China. Honorable Qi Jinwan, Secretary of Environment and Ecology, Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. Ms. Margaret Fong, Executive Director, Hong Kong Trade Development Council. Honorable Ministers, Vice Ministers, distinguished speakers, delegates, and guests for the Belt and Road Station. I would like to begin by extending my appreciation to the Environmental Protections Department of the Environment and Ecology Bureau of Hong Kong for the warm hospitality accorded to me and my delegation in this vibrant city of Hong Kong, and for the opportunity to shape Brunei Darussalam strategies for environmental protections and carbon neutrality. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Brunei Darussalam has made considerable progress in the area of environmental management and protection through a number of initiatives and policies to address various environmental concerns and of national, regional and international level. In the field of waste management, Brunei Darussalam remains committed in executing strategic measures by engagement of all levels of society via a whole-of-nation approach through the following measures. The implementations of waste minimizations initiative, such as the No Plastic Bag Everyday initiative, Plastic Bottles Free initiative, and Bring Your Own Reusable initiative. Strengthening our effort in addressing mismanaged waste by enhancing our waste collection centers, regulating waste collectors and recycling companies, and stepping up our enforcement and group surveillance to include the use of CCTVs in hotspots areas. Introductions of excise duties on plastic products as a deterrent to import single-use plastic products and opt for more environmentally friendly options to support the nation's initiative towards reducing the use of plastics and its disposal, and implementations of the Brunei River cleanup projects, nationwide coastal cleaning campaign, coastal marvels, and nationwide recycling day, to name a few. For a quality management, Brunei Darussalam is committed to continue our efforts in exploring further areas of improvements, including upgrading the air quality monitoring to include additional pollutants such as carbon monoxide, ozone, nitrogen dioxide, and sulfur dioxide through newly installed low-cost sensors equipments. In addition to that, industries that produce emissions are required by law to monitor and report the emission standard for compliance, including the installations of continuous emissions monitoring system for the big industries players. Ladies and gentlemen, Brunei Darussalam has intensified its effort to stop the loss of biodiversity and reverse land degradations, reflecting our strong commitments to the responsible stewardship of our natural environment. With the adoptions of the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, Brunei Darussalam is updating its national biodiversity strategies and action plan to align with the framework's goals of enhancing existing biodiversity strategies. I am also pleased to share that Brunei Darussalam achieved a significant milestone with the enactment of the Environmental Protections and Management Act, Chapter 240, since 2016. These legislations serve as a cornerstone for safeguarding and managing the nation's environment sustainability, including through regulating development that has potential impact on the environment, i.e. prescribed activities, establishments of environmental requirements and standards on air emissions, wastewater discharge, provisions of enforcement mechanisms, and mandating environmental impact assessment and environmental management and monitoring plan requirements for selected activities. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in the context of climate change, while Brunei Darussalam is considered a negligible contributor to global emissions, we are not immune to the impacts of rising temperatures. In 2023 alone, we saw a rise in environmental challenges, including increased forest fires and floods, with an average temperatures peaking at 30.1 degrees Celsius. Brunei Darussalam acknowledges the urgent need for collaborative actions to transition towards a sustainable economy to combat climate change. To strategically guide this, the Brunei Darussalam National Council on Climate Change launched the nation's first climate change policy, the Brunei National Climate Change Policy 2020, which outlines 10 key strategies using a whole-of-nation approach as part of our commitment to pave low-carbon and climate resilience pathway for sustainable nations. Through these strategies, we have made significant progress in reducing greenhouse gas emissions to around 14 metric ton carbon dioxide equivalent in 2023. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, aligned with our national aspirations under Brunei Vision 2035 to build a dynamic and sustainable economy, Brunei Darussalam is embracing green technologies and sustainable practices. This approach not only supports our development goal, but aims to fulfill our current nationally determined contributions of reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 20% relative to our 2015 business as usual. With 96% of national emissions originating from the energy sector, our focus is on significantly reducing these emissions. Significant efforts and investment will be needed to expand our solar capacity and upgrade our power grid to ensure supply reliability, and this is a collaborative effort of our governments with the oil and gas operators towards mutually beneficial outcomes to achieve energy security and clean energy. This includes scaling up renewable energy projects, for instance, expanding solar farms and advancing clean energy technologies like hydrogen, including electrolysis, fuel cells, storage solutions, carbon capture and storage technologies, public-private partnerships, initiative, and encouraging individual participations through the net metering program. To enhance our transition towards a low-carbon future, we recognize that energy efficiency is equally critical. The introductions of the Energy Efficiency Standard and Labeling Act aim at promoting the use of energy efficient appliances, providing a regulatory framework that encourages reduced energy consumptions. By empowering consumers and businesses through this initiative, we can maximize the benefit of our investments in clean energy and support the broader strategy for sustainable economy. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the price of climate change is one we simply cannot afford to ignore. As the world accelerates towards green growth, the cost of inactions could significantly impact Brunei economy, with projections showing potential GDP losses of up to 58%. To remain competitive and resilient, Brunei Darussalam must adapt to these challenges. As we face this pressing issue, the time for actions is now. Embracing green technologies and sustainable practices not only positions Brunei Darussalam for a resilient future, but also enhances our competitiveness in a rapidly evolving global landscape. By working together and committing to our climate goal, we can create a thriving economy that protects our environment and secure a better future for generations to come. In this pursuit, Brunei Darussalam is committed to hosting the ASEAN Center for Climate Change in order to drive more regional research and development into climate change initiative and green technologies. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we have heard from previous esteemed speakers on their aspiration, challenges, and innovations in their pursuit of environmental sustainability and carbon neutrality, and I hope I have provided some insights of Brunei Darussalam experience and effort within this short period of time. I look forward to the rest of the programs of Eco Expo Asia 2024 has to offer. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Ms. Hadutami. Please be seated. May we now invite Dr. Lam Mok Kao, Deputy Director General, Vietnam Institute of Meteorology, Hydrology, and Climate Change, Vietnam. Dr. Kao, please.
Hello, Prime Minister Sun Jinlong, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, I would like to thank you very much, the organizer, for having us in this very important event, which is harmonizing between the environmental protection and climate change neutrality. And I am very much pleased to present to you the update of our policy on to achieve the carbon neutrality by 2050 on behalf of the environment, of the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources of Vietnam. And as you know, that the Vietnamese government, we committed to achieve the harmonizing the economic development and environmental protection. And at the same time, we also commit to reduce greenhouse gas emission at the COP26, the Vietnamese government, we committed to achieve net zero by 2050. And with this, could you please, someone turn the slide for me? You cannot. With this landmark, the Vietnamese government, we have developed a series of policy and legal binding regulation. Please, next slide, please. So now this, I would like to present, update to you about our policy on climate change, mitigation and adaptation, and also ozone protection. Next slide, please. And the remarkable law regulation is that in the year 2020, we approved, the National Assembly enacted the law on environmental protection. And the remarkable change in this policy is that we have a separate chapter on climate change, mitigation and adaptation. And in this chapter, we have the specific regulation on the contents and the works need to be done for the climate change, adaptation and mitigation also. And in this law, we also provide the guideline and the regulation on carbon market development in Vietnam. This, according to the pathway roadmap, next year we will pilot the first domestic carbon market in Vietnam. In this carbon market development, we encourage the private sector to participate into the carbon market, and we also develop the policy and the guideline for the carbon permit granting, the carbon credit recognition for both domestic and international companies. Next slide, please. And in the law, we also have the regulation on the ozone protection. Next slide, please. And here's the roadmap for our carbon market development. According to the plan, from the year 2028, we have the carbon market will be put into full operation. And next year, we will pilot the carbon market in Vietnam. So next slide, please. And under the degree, we have the regular, the circular provide the legal binding for the guideline for how to develop the carbon market, how to have the carbon credit recognition, and how to participate into the carbon market. Next slide, please. And along with this, the climate change mitigation, the government of Vietnam, we also develop a national action plan for methane reduction. In this methane action plan, we have developed the specific target of methane reduction for every sectors, from waste sector, energy, and agricultural activities. Next slide, please. And in this, the point here is that we achieve to reduce 20% by the year 2030, comparing to the baseline year of 2020. So this is the methane action plan. Next slide, please. And here's we have set a very specific target for every sector in our methane action plan. And this one, together with the NDC of Vietnam, we have already submitted to UNFCCC to commit to the Vietnamese government action plan for the reduction of methane action plan. Next slide, please. And here I would like to present about very briefly about the carbon market development in Vietnam. Next slide, please. And first, the carbon market development is already regulated under the law on environmental protection. And under the law, we have the Decree 06. The decree also provides specific regulation on the development of carbon market development in Vietnam. And right now, the Vietnamese government, we are developing the national, the framework to operate the carbon markets. And according to the plan, next year, 2025, we put into the pilot for 2 or 3 years. And we plan that in 2028, the full operation of carbon market will be put into Vietnam. And by that time, we hope that there will be much participation from private sector and also public sector who would like to have we will have established a kind of trading market, ETS, in Vietnam. So we hope that we can have some participants from not only domestic but international cooperation from other countries to join our market. So that is my presentation on the latest policy on the carbon neutrality in Vietnam. And finally, thank you very much for having us, and wish you a very good, successful workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Huang. Please be seated. Here comes to the VIP tour. 接下来是贵宾到宣传的时间。May we first invite our guests joining the VIP tour in 普通话 to follow the blue signage at the exit. With guests joining the English VIP tour, please hold on a minute. 请参与普通话到宣传的来宾跟随出口位置的男士指示牌前往展馆参与活动。Guests joining the English VIP tour, please hold on a minute. 请参与普通话到宣传的来宾跟随出口位置的男士指示牌前往展馆参与活动。Guests joining the English VIP tour, please hold on a minute.